Hi, friends. Doc South once again, sitting here with you. And, yeesh, tell you. I was just trying to remember back in the day some of the cool things we did as kids. Because I don't think kids do all this stuff anymore. It's a shame because we always had a ball. I think yesterday I posted a video about what life would have been like if I had lived along the shores of the Musconetcong River like Sandy and I do now. And I realized there was another river in my life. When I was a kid, back in the mid 50s, my family moved to Chester, New Jersey, we lived in the town of Iselin, which is, it's, I think, a little bit west and south of Rahway. Okay, Rahway, New Jersey, kind of in the New Brunswick area, Middlesex County. And oh gosh, my father got a house in Iselin for, I think, $5 down. I'm not kidding, $5 down. It was on Cherry Street. The great thing was, what I really liked about the house, it was maybe 150 feet, oh, maybe 100 yards from, give or take, from the Pennsylvania Railroad main line. So trains went by all the time. Oh, it was so cool. We'd sit there and watch those. Oh, we had a ball with the trains. Wave at the engineers and stuff. The freight trains coming rumbling through. And then off our backyard was a guy had kept his headquarters. He parked his Italian ice vending trucks in just off of our backyard where my parents lived. Well, where my family lived. And if we got there at the end of his day, like around 5 o'clock or so, he'd be coming back, him and his other workers. We could get a pretty good discount on an Italian ice. Sometimes he'd actually give us one. Here, kid, this one's on the house. Yeah, yeah. And there were all these developments going up, of course, well, because of all the baby boomers, people were getting into little developments. And and so we had all these old houses all these new houses. I'm sorry, not old houses, all these new houses under construction that we could play in. We were never at a loss for scrap wood, nails, pieces of, architectural material, bricks and stuff. And a lot of times we'd ask oh no, we didn't steal it. We'd ask, hey, we'd ask the carpenters, are you going to use that board? What do you think, kids? Of course I'm going to use this board. I'm nailing it to we're making a frame for the house. God, kids, here, if you want wood, you see that pile over there? Yeah. Well, go get that. You can take anything you want off that pile. Just don't put anything on that pile, then say, yeah, they were on to us, yes. But we'd take that wood to different places and build forts, tree houses and stuff. Oh, we had a great childhood. It was so much fun. Yeah, now and then we'd cut our finger, with a saw or something. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. We never shot our eyes out. No, never. But the big thing was we had an even better thing. If you look at consult your maps of Iselin, New Jersey, the south branch of the Raritan River goes through the town. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we had an area, there was a trail. If we took it and walked about 1/10 of a mile, 2/10 of a mile into the woods, we would come upon the Raritan River's south branch. And we explored that shoreline till we found and claimed for our own this island made out of red shale. I think it was red shale. And it was shaped like New Jersey. It was shaped like New Jersey. And we claimed, we took it as our own, claimed it. Yeah. And put a stick in the, put a stick in the middle of the island saying it was ours. And, no trespassers and all that stuff. And I think we used an old T-shirt or something for a flag. Yeah. Yeah, I think, if I recall right. And it was nice. It was shaped like New Jersey. It had, it was that New Jersey hourglass kind of shape. Yeah. And the nice thing was there was a lot of scrap iron in that island. That's why the island formed. I think some guys probably back in the 30s must have thrown some engine blocks into the river, and the shale and the various pieces of gravel and silt and mud washed over these engine blocks and formed the shape of the island. And now and then we figured, boy, could we really clean up if we could just get those engine blocks off the island and down to a junkyard. I know one day we brought our wagons, all of our wagons, and a bunch of shovels, and we dug all day. But every time you dig, more gravel would just fill the refill the hole, and so it got to be where, oh man. So, but what we did find was there was, as you dug, especially in the softer mud and not too darn deep, an even more valuable commodity, and that was soda bottles that could be returned. They were return bottles, and we'd bring them to the Jimmy's Luncheonette on Green Street and return the bottles, and then we'd have hamburgers. Yeah, yeah. You got 2 cents for the bottle. The hamburgers were, I think, a quarter. So you only had to find about a dozen bottles, and you had it made. Get 15 bottles, you had enough for a tip, and maybe a chocolate soda. It worked. It worked. And about the only thing was there was quick mud around, and a lot of times some of the smaller kids, the 6-year-olds and stuff, would go up to their knees, and they'd be screaming. They're gonna, maybe they saw some scene in a movie where some guy in a swamp went under, and of course it was all hands on deck to pull the kid out. Usually their shoes would come off, and were irretrievable, so the kid would have to walk home barefoot crying. And then usually pretty soon you'd hear his dad coming down the trail screaming that he's going to get us. for letting Joey's kid brother lose his sneakers. But all in all, it was a great little island. Yeah, we had. It wasn't much. I wouldn't think it was much bigger than say if you put 2 king size beds together, maybe 3 king size beds together. That's about how big the island was. But it was nice and shady. You could wade. We tried fishing, but most of the fish that came up out of that river didn't look too good. Yeah. So no, usually we throw them back. But we had a wonderful time on that island. Gosh. And then if you dared to go through the deeper channel to the other side, there was a kid, one of our friends from school, had a front yard where he had this big rope hanging from a tree, and you could swing on this rope like Tarzan. Yeah, and that was kind of fun. And now and then teenagers would come by and tell us to get lost, but we just sneak back. It was our island, not theirs. Yeah, who do they think they are? Territorial little buggers we were. Anyway, I thought you might like hearing that. It was fun. I got to say, if you want to get your kid a nice toy, get him a creek. Yeah, yeah, nothing wrong. In fact, I'm surprised some of these ritzier houses don't have little creeks for the kids. I mean, you can have so much fun. Way more fun than a darn swimming pool, and a whole lot cheaper. Gosh. So, anyway, I thought I'd say. I'll see you later, friends. Yeah, you want, okay, Lord's Prayer moment, sure. The Big Creek. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever, so be it. I remember we said that prayer a lot one day when one of our friends went up all the way to his crotch in quick mud. Yeah, it was looking bad. We thought we were going to lose him, but he was sure reciting the prayer, and of course, oh, he was screaming. Boy, oh man, when he got home, you could hear the wailing. Oh my heavens! Well, it was his good pair of pants. Yeah, it was his school pants. There was a lot of yelling coming from that house. Oh my heavens! Anyway, I'll see you later, friends. Thank you, and well, God bless. Bye now.